anger is the most honest, real feeling, but many people have a hard time with anger. They have a hard time admitting it. They have a hard time saying, I'm angry. In their family of origin, it was not allowed and it wasn't talked about. So when a person feels angry, many times it has to sneak in, and it does. It sneaks in relationships. I have couples come in. They have no idea that anger is at the root of their problem. They'll say, I feel something really strong, I feel sad, or I feel depressed, and lo and behold, it's anger. It's not really, it's acting like depression, but it isn't depression in and of itself. I have 5 areas where anger can hide out in your relationship and make it look like it's something it's not. The first of these is depression. Do you feel sad, sometimes for no reason? Do you often feel hopeless and empty? Do you have lack of energy or motivation? These things are all signs of depression, but they're all signs of undue, unmet needs of anger. Anger many times will present and drag people down, making them feel depressed, where underneath they're seething. And that's one reason therapy can be so helpful. It uncovers these, it goes deeper than just the depression or whatever the person is going through. Secondly, subjugation. Some people in some families, when they feel angry, their parents cannot handle it. And so these kids learn how to subjugate their anger. They learn how to silence it. They become too empathetic. They become too feeling. And what they often are forced into within their family is they're the compromiser. They're the healer. They're the one that goes along. They've silenced their anger. Sometimes, not all the times, but when your partner is overly empathic, overly sensitive, overly feeling empathy toward another person, it's important that you really talk about it with them. Or if you're in therapy, mention it to your therapist, because they may be angry under that, but that anger has been so inappropriate. They thought from their parents for so long that they learned to silence it with these other emotions. The next one, paranoia. Paranoia is a classic sign of anger. When you're paranoid, you're looking for somebody to attack you, right? You're looking for something to go wrong. Something's going to happen. The underlying feeling behind that is anger. You're helpless. You can't get your needs met. You can't say you're angry, but you can say you're paranoid about this happening. And it presents as more of an anxiousness. Self-righteousness. Self-righteousness is morally, it makes you look or appear to others like I'm doing what's best for civilization. I'm doing what's best for citizens. You follow the rules. We're doing this because this is fair. But many times self-righteousness is a real sense of anger. You're mad at another person. You're mad at a race. You're mad at the law. You were never able to say it. So you form, and you don't like to think you're an angry person. So you take on a cause. You take on the right thing to do, the fair thing to do. You get very involved in moral judgments of the whole community. It looks good on the outside, but underneath you're seething. And when people go too far in this, it's easy to see the anger fueling it underneath. By the way, once they get in touch with the anger, they're a lot less self-righteous. And lastly, passive aggressiveness. Passive aggressiveness is the one form of anger that causes the most problems in relationships, because you know something's wrong with your partner, but they won't call it what it is, which is anger. So they may become emotionally numb. They may get lethargy. They may have psychosomatic symptoms like headaches, digestive problems. They have urges to hurt themselves. Many times these people are self-cutters or do other things that are going to make themselves hurt. Having a harsh inner critic is a form of passive-aggressive anger. Codependency, The tendency to judge others is another form of passive-aggressive anger. Alienation from others, being isolated, being a loner. These are all forms of passive-aggressive anger. Self-sabotaging behaviors. Anger is an important emotion, and whenever it's not dealt with on the outside, whenever you feel like you cannot say, I am so angry, then what happens is it finds another way to enter your relationship. The next time the two of you hit an impasse, I would really suggest you go through these 5 and then you make an appointment to talk to a therapist. How can you get at this anger better? Help your partner take it apart, heal from it so the relationship can actually get new life, feel better being in it and creating something you both really love.